Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 8 of our commentary for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I'm trying to introduce the part, Mario. Could you please silence your phone?
Oh, that's great. I love that that's his ringtone.
Yeah, he's away in the theater.
You're gonna let the whole thing play, aren't you?
Well, yeah. And now it's over.
Oh, it looks like an SP.
What's good, my homies? It is an SP.
What if Coops just grabbed the mailbox SP from him and was like, I'll read it for you.
Dear pesky plumber.
Got to.
Can't a man even open his own mail in this kingdom?
Yep, Peach, we already got one. Thanks. A little behind the game there, Peach.
What? He says they've already got one. I'm glad you're picking up on my wavelength, Nick.
Yeah. Oh boy.
She's not hurt. Thank goodness if she got hurt. I don't know what I'd do to that. Wait, it's not Bowser?
Well, then they must be stopped. We must restore the cannon to its usual boring state.
Gosh, Bowser really is like DDD. He's just kind of oafish. Especially in these games.
Well, Bowser doesn't act altruistically ever. Like, Dedede at least, you know.
I mean...
In Kirby's Adventure, he was trying to save him from Nightmare.
Remember that time that Bowser put on a hat and helped Mario escape from the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. That was the real Bowser, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
Now, one of the nice things about sending you back through the sewer every time you gotta... every time you end a chapter and need to find the next level is that they can hide stuff beyond... or behind the abilities that you gain in each chapter, so the sewer kind of opens up more the more you progress through the game. Which is, you know, something I always enjoy in games like this that have a hub world where... Actually, I guess it's probably a pretty crappy hub world if you don't, like, unlock more of it as the game goes on.
Oh, yeah.
This character here is Merlee, as she explains.
More conventionally attractive younger sister.
Her hair looks like little fettuccine noodles.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't tell me you eat hair.
That's why she's hiding in the sewer, because she doesn't want to be eaten.
Well, Trey, angel hair is a complete other kind of pasta.
Yeah.
That's true.
Also, she's a Sailor Scout, question mark?
Oh, yeah. Moon Prism Power activate.
In the name of the moon, I will make a cube.
So wait,
Interesting choice.
What does this mechanic do?
Basically gives you a positive effect at random during a battle. And as far as I know, it basically just happens infinitely for the rest of the game.
Oh.
I don't know if it ever, like, wears off. I don't usually go for the curse, but I just kind of wanted to... I was just poking around and I figured, what the heck, I'll showcase it.
So,
See if it results in any sort of hilarity.
If any hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
I'm ready for hilarity.
I'm ready for exactly one hilariot.
Hilariot.
So a hilariot is the unit of humor.
I'm gonna hit him with the spinning hilariot.
It's the scientific international standard unit of humor is a hilariot.
Yeah.
But
What's the exchange rate on hilarious?
Also say goodbye to Goombella.
why is every mage in this world so bad at cursing Mario?
I don't know. Well, maybe that's like a translation error. Like, the word curse means something different in Japan than it does. Okay, obviously not in the case of, like, the treasure chest, but, like...
I wonder
I
if they
don't know.
didn't say bewitching so the Wiccan community wouldn't be like, this game is racist!
I don't think that literally anybody was thinking like that in the year that this game came out.
It could happen, you never know.
Well, yeah, I mean, this was post-ESR... This was post-ESRB. Nintendo didn't have to, like, shy away from those spicy topics anymore.
Yeah. The curses don't work on Mario because he's family-friendly and has a strict no curses rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is his Christian Minecraft server, and he will not tolerate cursing.
He can, if he curses, if he, like, bumps his knee, if he, like, stubs his toe, he has to say, pasta, pizza, ow.
Pasta pizza, howie zowie.
What kind of games did your parents play with you when you were a kid?
Mario
Trey?
64.
Yeah.
Instead of putting the soap in your mouth and you said a naughty word, you just had to list Italian cuisine.
Yeah.
Did anyone else's parents, even temporarily actually do that?
No.
Because I had that experience, like, once or twice of washing your mouth out with soap.
Oh,
That's,
damn, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I was gonna say the literal
terrible.
only instance of that I've ever seen or heard of was in Christmas Story.
It's not really that bad.
My parents never made me wash my mouth out with soap, but I have tasted soap.
Yeah.
Unrelated.
So I was a real dumb kid, but also to waste time during church, instead of paying attention, I would go to the bathroom and, like, use the soap to make soap bubbles in the sink and then eat them, which was very strange, but...
Which explains so much.
I like how this, you're talking about, oh yeah, when you come back to the sewers, you can use your new powers to find, like, new places in the sewers. And this expedition into the sewers, Mario's just like, oh, I wonder what's over here. What kind of sewers are these?
Yes, that is probably...
Why are there more than one torture chambers in this sewer system?
Mario dug too deep.
and too greedily.
Yes.
Oh, is this where they find the Mushroom Kingdom Bell Is it under the 1,000-year door?
You know, this doesn't quite have the same impact when the camera doesn't spiral around like in the first instance.
Yeah.
Instead,
And
it's just very slow.
Yeah.
Listen, they didn't have the technology to do it more than once.
Yeah. I guess they used up their camera spinning budget.
Yeah.
That's why most of this game is like filmed at a flatter angle than... Wait, filmed?
They
It's a video
did it on
game,
accident
Joe.
the
It's
first
not
time.
filmed.
They didn't realize how they did it, so they couldn't reproduce it.
I guess.
I love how that map shows you where those things are, but that map is not good to navigate in this world at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it tells you the general relation between places. One can
Somewhere up
assume.
north of Rogueport, there's a big tree.
North.
There's
Let's
a
go
large
north.
tree in the north.
Whoa, that was fast.
So yeah, the sections in between the chapters are fairly formulaic.
Crystal clear.
You know, you play as Peach, you play as Bowser, you come back to Rogueport, go to the 1,000-year door, put the star up in, or
Show the map to the door.
what happens in this game again? And then you go back to talk to Frankly to figure out what you got to do to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And it's
Hold on.
well, this one's fairly simple. We just got to go find somebody in the sewer.
Coops
the
calls
trees.
Mario Mr. Mario, like a true pushover.
By the way, I don't know if we've mentioned this in this playthrough, but since it's relevant now, don't forget to take note of the little doodads on the top shelf of Frankly's shelf.
Oh yeah, that's a puzzle solution for the upcoming chapter. And don't worry, there's another place where it shows you the puzzle solution, but you can kind of get a little hint of it there. if you're paying
Remember
attention.
the HD texture pack for this game that, like, I think when we started using it, or like when we heard about it, it wasn't complete, so like all of the paintings in Frankly's room were like temp images.
Yeah, the map when it was on his desk, I think was from like one of the Mario and Luigi games, but I could be wrong there. It was a really nice texture pack, but you know, it was just a work in progress. So here we have Luigi, which is another very charming little bit of flavor text here, because Luigi is on his own concurrent adventure with Mario, off in the Waffle Kingdom. And every time you finish a chapter, you can come back to Rogueport, and he'll have a new story to tell you. And oftentimes, he'll have another character with him who debunks his story in a rather comical fashion. So I'm not going to show every Luigi story in this playthrough just for the sake of time, but I highly recommend checking them out. They are a good read.
So is it called the Waffle Kingdom because of how long everyone who talks about it waffles on and on?
You know what? I wouldn't put it past these writers. And he's got to rescue Princess Eclair.
The compass was broken into 7 points.
Eclair, isn't that where you get the little crystal stars?
Doesn't it make more sense for a compass to point to the next compass piece than a map?
Yes.
I mean, if the map is they describe the map as like a radar. I think a compass would be more like slightly more radar-like than a map, but I don't know.
If you played Minecraft, Joe, you would know that you have to put a compass into your map to make a map. That's how maps work.
If you watch the Pirates of the Caribbean, compasses point to your true desire.
With Captain Johnny Depp?
Something jar of dirt.
See, I was gonna
That's the kind of
say
RPG item I need.
the Mirror of Erised.
Now I make a very critical mistake here, and I upgrade Goombella instead of Koops.
Oops!
Spoiler alert, I end up using Koops for pretty much the entirety of Chapter 2. But I was thinking, like, okay, so in the first area of Chapter 2, before you get into, like, the proper dungeon, there's a lot of enemies that Koops is effective against. But then there's enemies inside the tree that Goombella is better against, and I figured I would use her, but I ended up not really needing her, so...
I'm glad I'm not the only one who makes critical errors in team members
In
and
the tree.
RPGs.
Part of the tree. In the tree, part of the tree. In the tree. Oh, hey, it's a Kirby character.
Is
Yeah.
that Gazpacho from Chowder?
He does
Chowder!
kind of have that Kirby look about him. No, this is Charlieton. Check back with him periodically. I'm not sure what exactly causes him to update his inventory, but he has items that you can't get anywhere else. So, including some badges that change Mario's appearance.
Oh.
See, it's clearly not a Chowder character because the stripes on his clothes move when he
With
moves.
his, yeah.
That's true.
Uh,
I get
Also, I can't remember if it was you guys I was talking to about this the other day, but the line work in Chowder, like the finalized line work, is scratch lines,
it. Yeah.
which is very interesting.
Uh
It's a sketchy show.
huh. More ways than one.
Yeah.
Oh, so are we
don't go
finally
into
going
that
back and
neighborhood.
getting that star piece?
It's sketchy.
finally, it's the day of fate has come,
Oh, I get why Miss Mouse is here.
but not until we buy some more badges.
She steals things to put them here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Trey, that's an awfully big assumption of you to make about this innocent shopkeep. Wait a minute, look at her tail.
This perfectly normal mouse.
That can only mean one thing.
Yeah.
The back alley surgeon that does that lives in Rogueport.
She's a girl, Pikachu.
I get it.
So here I go again, trying to be like... I guess since I got the star piece, I needed something else to, like, screw up and put off way too long. So I trigger this little event here that you need to do in order to access the west side of town.
Not an inch.
Where... Yeah. Oh, Goombella, what have you done?
You've stepped on it.
You have to stand in place so as not to squish her dropped contact lens.
Well, I guess this is my life now.
Oh no.
So, what this rather angry woman here is going to do, she's going to block the entrance to the west side of town until we buy her a new contact lens. And I was like, I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm going to get the contact lens ordered. I'm going to go do Chapter 2, and when I come back, the lens is going to be there. I'll buy it and go right into Chapter 3. I trigger this event, forget to buy the contact lens. Because they have to order it special, and it doesn't show up until you leave Rogueport and come back. Which isn't a huge hassle, but just like...
You just forget to do it.
You will
Yeah.
never see the Great Deku Tree as long as I, the Great Mido, have anything to say about it.
Pretty much.
Basically that,
Yeah. Just another instance of me trying to be, like, clever and efficient here and just failing miserably.
She's the
The heart-stealing thief. Oh god, it's the back alley surgeon at it again.
Oh god. It's the Phantom Thieves. They're gonna steal our hearts.
The back alley surgeon is just Molar Ram. Or the Terminator, I don't know.
I love how angry that block is.
Some 80s heart-stealing villain.
Molaram? Did you say Molaram? You probably
Yeah.
said Molaram. Okay,
Yeah,
you cut
that
out
was the
on my
first thing
end,
I
so
said.
didn't hear it.
Oh, we saw one of those spinny enemies. We haven't encountered one of those before.
Yeah.
Prepare to meet Shiva in hell.
Oh, here comes one of the best Mario responses.
Oh yeah, which I don't pick because I'm a Boy Scout.
Guess again, nerd.
Yeah, if you pick that, your partner will like reprimand you. Like, Mario, that's no way to treat this.
That's not family friendly, Mario.
Yeah.
Are we going to Boggle Woods?
Uh-huh.
No, we're going to Scrabble Woods.
Also, I never noticed that.
Scrabble Woods.
I never noticed when I first played this, like on my old tiny TV that my GameCube was hooked up to, but the Punies have like tiny little legs underneath them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I didn't notice is the little
Like the
dandelion
pom-pom?
thing on their heads kind of glows.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that, but that was probably because I was playing this game interlaced, where everything kind of glows because composite video is not very good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we might have a little bit of noise here on my HDMI captured footage, but hey, at least it's progressive scan.
I was about to say, if this game ever gets a port, maybe more people will be able to see it in HD glory.
Trey, this game already has a port. It's the first place you go.
We're gonna
All
get
right. I'll
we're
give you
gonna
that
get
one.
the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake, but Mario's made out of plastic this time.
Plastic Mario. Yeah, they'll just reuse the Link's Awakening remake engine.
Actually, no, they remade Link's Awakening to look like toys, and they're gonna remake Paper Mario to be like realistic. You can see every pore on
Oh.
Mario's nose.
Oh no.
Oh man, okay. Theory time. If we ever get a up-res port of a Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, what if they give it the Yarn Yoshi treatment and make all the textures like look real?
I
And
would
make
be
Mario out of
fine.
yarn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, ideally, I would want them to just like create like higher quality versions of the original assets, or just like uncompress the original assets and remake the game that way. You know,
Yeah.
just for the sake of preservation. This game does not need a graphical overhaul.
No.
I would be fine with future games. You know, if they decide to go back to the RPG style, I would be fine with future games like using the visual style of like Sticker Star and Color Splash, where it looks more like tactile. As long as they get rid of those damn white outlines around the characters, I hate that.
Yeah.
And for God's sake, they need more than 3 frames of animation for their walk cycle. Like, we should not be regressing in terms of animation the further along our technology gets. That's a rant for another day, though. We'll see you next time in part 9 of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Bye.
Where we continue to ignore the game.
Yes.
Aw.